Very good morning, you all. That I'm well. I'm Rajnish. I'm assigned for the topic COI, where the C stands for the Constitution, O stands for the of, and the I for India. Here, my topic is today. That is, I have I have parted this topic into three parts. First, we will discuss about the introduction of Constitution. Second, I will discuss about the constitutional law. And the third, I will discuss about the constitutionalism. This is the very evident question for you all, that what makes so much essential to you all, that being an engineer, irrespective of the civil, CSE, mechanical, even the Tripoli, what is needed? The constitution for you. Why does the constitution is needed for you? And it is not only needed, this has been given in your curriculum or syllabus. It means is something root cause and some substantial importance is well with this topic, and that is the Constitution of the India. Basically, this is the topic of a polity. Basically, this is a topic of a polity. And when the polity starts in the Indian horizon, the first Indian polity personality, that is Manu, and all the polity has been written under the name of the Manu Smriti. Then after comes the Kautilya. You can also term his Chanakya or Vishnudata. He is also called the great grandfather of the economics. But if you will minus India and if you will go for the world horizon, you will find that the Aristotle is the personality, comes from the Greece, who has made the constitution a global topic. This is important. And this is not only important for a one semester. If you will not know constitution, it means that you are lagging behind with your rights. You may be exploited by the government. Having the citizenship right you have, but you are not in position to exploit it and use it at the time of needed. So, the constitution is important for you, and that's why the constitution of the India has been included in your syllabus. Basically, if you feel, just I am giving a one case study to you. There is a match between the India and the Pakistan is going on in the Karachi, in the Colonel Gaddafi Stadium. Suppose match is on the very high interesting note. India needed 50 runs and he having only 2 wickets. And the Pakistan having the best of bowler with his hand. The whole audience and the spectators, they are crossing their fingers. Who will win? Either India or Pakistan or India. In the meantime, the umpire gave one Indian player out and Pakistan wins the match. And whosoever saw the match, irrespective of the Indian and the Pakistani, and there was a common feeling that it has been the umpire who made the India lag behind, and due to the wrong decision of the umpire, the India lost the match. What is this? Because the umpire is the only the powerful person on the playground, and he is the ultimate decider of a game, who will win and who will lost. It is a post-discussion whether that decision was a right or wrong. But instantly, the Pakistan won match, India lost, and the basic cause was the intention of the empire was the wrong. But here, I am giving and the cited and display this case study for you to understand actually what really the constitution is for a nation. In a constitution, there is a two major party comes. One is the citizen, as we all are. We are the bona fide citizen of our country. And second one is the government. So, to make the harmonious relation, long-lasting relation in between the citizen and the government, there must be a long-lasting relation and there must be a certain law that either the government should not cross or the citizen should not cross. So, there is a law, and as you know, the law framers construct the law only in the Supreme Court or in a court. So, you can say the constitutional law is nothing, it is simply a law to make the citizen and the government, to make the citizen, first party, second party, to make the government, second party, to realize their legitimacy of their freedom. Means, legitimacy of the freedom means, if you are living in a democratic country, it does not mean that the government has the clamp and they imposed the 144 in your town and you are the walking. What makes it sense? It means you are not a law lover people. You are simply avoiding and deliberately the killing the soul sense of the democracy and the law. So it is the constitution that gives the legitimate right to both citizen and government. Always, the citizen is the very dynamic process. Especially, the largest constitution of the world India has been. The largest constitution of the world India has been. And you will be surprised to know that the Indian constitution is the very dynamic. The Indian constitution is not deaf by his ear and not blind by his eyes, her eyes. Is the fully dynamic, no 1% not even the static, because it believes in the Darwinism. As the time passes, you will substantiate and you will find that the Darwin was a right. In the same manner, as the time passes, as the democracy passes, you will find that the constitution is and the structure of the constitution is maturating more and more. Here, in Indian context, the constitution is basically a soul of an Indian polity. And here, in the Indian constitution, it has been given a very wide chance, very wide scope to insert, to amend, to delete the articles or a law. Just I am giving one example to you. Divorce. Earlier was the choices for some minority class. Right now, it has become a universal law, especially in the Indian Constitution. It shows that the India is really a secular country because India, she believes only in the secular sense and the law is the universal law. because the diverse is never good for the any religion, and this is only for the human religion. RTI, this is also included. This is the new one. It has been added in our constitution. So you can define the constitution also in this way. The constitution is basically a codified law, has been framed by the courts of a justice to make ensure in between the government and the citizen what has to be and what has not to be on a logical basis. So that's why the Indian constitution is a very dynamic. In constitution, there are so many provisions. There is a provision for a Dalits, there is a provision for the illiterate people, there is a provisions for the affluent class, there is a provisions for the marginal society, there is a provisions for the minorities, there is a provision for the majority, there is a religious provision, there is a global provision, and there is all type of the good thing has been incorporated there. And being an engineer, if you do not know what the constitution has given me, how you will handle the complex things well within your organization. So it becomes a very important to you all engineer, that you must you must know ins and out of the constitution. Only then you will be in the position, you will be in a position to deliver the best thing, not as the bona fide citizen of your country, but bona fide employee of a government or even a private house. So this is an important chapter, and you must go into it. Without knowing constitution, it is not going to happen. In my yesterday class, introductory class, we discussed about the republic word, the secular word, the gun rajya. There are so many new things will become later on, and we will discuss all together in the coming days. Here is one terms also, and that is very important. Ipso facto, because it is not practically possible for any country or any constitution of the world that each and every logical thing should be in the black and the white, and it should be penned and it should be written. It is not possible. So there are so many things that is logical, justified, but it has not been written as a law. And there are so many things which has been written as a law, but practically you won't find it. So here, this is the only constitution that gives you ipso facto. Means, suppose I am giving a case study to you to understand the ipso facto, IPSO, ipso facto. This is the important term, ipso facto. Suppose, just I am giving one example to you. Suppose you are living 25 kilometers far from a town, and in your home, 2% of your family is the badly and the severely infected with the coronavirus. You call up the local PSC primary health centers, but they did not turn up to your patients. You made this complaint to the civil surgeon in the town. Even the hospital and the town hospital and the CS, means the civil surgeon, who is the head of the medical factor, is not taking care of your two patients, and who is well said the 25 kilometer far from the town. Is this logical to leave your patient in such a manner? If you wrote a complaint on a state level, what is the best logical thing says? The first responsibility of the PHC, primary healthcare unit, their doctor would have attend your patient. And if you gave a complaint, lodge a complaint to the local CS, civil surgeon, and he did not care, there will be a so-called notice to you. The case was in the court, Patna High Court. Case also further travelled up to the Supreme Court, and finally there is a judgment that it was the responsibility of the CS to look after. Now, when the verdict came that now the CS, means the civil surgeon of the any town and the civil surgeon of the any area of the Indian Republic or Indian territory, is the sole and the only responsible if you are not getting the medical facility properly. So this is not a matter of a one town, and this is the verdict for whole nation. What is this? This is an ipso fact. You affected, your family affected, you made a complaint to the local PHC, he did not care you. You made a complaint to the CS, not complaint you. You took a advantage and went up to the Patna High Court. That was the good. Patna High Court forwarded to the Supreme Court, and finally judgment, verdict came for your side, and finally what happened, and it has been the verdict that the CS is the single person who is the responsible to look after all the medical facility, not only in that your area but in the whole India. What is this? This is the effect of the ipso facto. So this is the fully dynamic, and this make your constitution the fully dynamic, and this is a very wonderful effect and the very wonderful thing of the Indian constitution. So again, I am recapping you. Please understand. And next, one topic I am missing right now, and that is the constitutionalism. Later on, I will discuss it. In the meantime, I am taking a part of you goodbye, and go through is the very rare and the interesting topic, and this is really a very beneficial to you. It makes your personality improve, it makes your legitimate power, and you will understand and acknowledge and recognize what the India has given you power from your side, and what the government is giving you power from the government side. In the meantime, I am taking to you goodbye. Thank you very much.